In this video I'll be reviewing the CDMP 6000 dual CD player and MP3 player and mixer. It's an all-in-one system. This unit has everything you'll need to start DJing. It's got two CD players or MP3 players and then a mixer in the middle. And it really is designed for beginners or an intro level system. And I know everybody hates that idea of buying an intro level system, but it is what it is, and it really is a good way to start. For a pretty good price, you can get into the hobby of DJing with this, or something similar, and I think this one has some features that are better than other options out in the market, like the Newmark's ICD Mix 1, 2, and 3. This beats all of them, I believe. Again, this is a value-oriented system. This is not the highest quality items you can buy, and Gemini doesn't have the greatest name on the market, to be honest. However, it's worked for me for the past 3 months. I have it. I've put probably well over 100 hours on this system, and it hasn't let me down yet. This is also a great mobile system if you're going to be DJing in different locations. It's really simple and easy to pack away and set up. It's pretty lightweight. So if you're looking at an all-in-one system for mobile DJing, this could also be a great option for you. This unit also comes with a 1-year warranty straight from the factory. So if you are worried about Gemini's quality, you've got the 1-year warranty to back it up. So you shouldn't worry too much about the system failing on you. And if it does, you've got the warranty. Alright, what you've been looking at is the box that it comes in. The box is very simple. On the inside it just has the mixer, 2 RCA cables, power cable, and then the manual right here. It comes in several different languages, and it tells you about all the different functions of the system, what all the buttons do and everything. It's pretty useful to take a look at. Alright, so here's the mixer itself. As you can see, it's a very clean looking, professional looking package. As you can see, both sides are symmetrical. From here and here, that's the same thing, and then the mixer's right in the middle. Got your 2 CD players right here and here. But also, I think the reason why anybody would buy this system is because the USB capability, which are right there and right there. When I first got this system, I just used CDs for a while. I just made some audio CDs or MP3 CDs, and those worked just fine. However, later I invested in a couple of flash drives to run all my music off of, which is a great way to run your music. I honestly think that this is the only way that I would like to store my music, except for maybe a computer, when you've got this kind of a system. It's really great depending on how large the storage drives you have. You can store all of your music on just these 2 flash drives. These are just 4 gigabytes, and they've been fine so far. I think I have about 400 songs or so on each of them. And it's really easy to navigate to the song you want through different folders, and I'll show you that later. This is the reason why you will buy this system, is because of the USB capability and the MP3 playback. If you don't care about this, then I would recommend you go for a cheaper system, because I believe that's what most of the cost is being able to play MP3s off of these flash drives. And I think it's a great feature, and you should really think about spending a little bit more money to get this option. Now, you can't plug in your computer to the USB, and even large hard drives don't work very well. I tried plugging in a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and it said it was analyzing for about 10 minutes and it never caught on. So I would keep it to thumb drives. However, that shouldn't be a problem. This system wasn't made to use any sort of software such as Tractor or Ableton Live or anything like that, Serato. So don't expect that. It is what it is. It's a self-contained mixer, and that also is, I think, a draw to the system, is that you don't need a computer to bring along with you. Alright, I might as well start off by showing you the back of the system and all the plugins. The power outlet is the standard power outlet that you see on a lot of electronics in the back of computers and such like that. So it comes with a cord, but if you ever lose it or it gets damaged, it should be easy enough to replace. Just a standard 3-prong power cord like that. There's your on button. moving on over, you've got your output for your XLR cables if you have them. It's really nice. They plug in like that. Then you've got some RCA cables. This is all your output. You can either record or just send it out to a master system. And they actually come, the system comes with 2 RCA cables. So that's nice. I don't know why you need 2, just in case one breaks, I suppose. But if you're hooking directly into a receiver that uses RCA, you're ready to go right off the box. You're going to have to buy the XLR cable separate though. And then here's your input, also some more RCA, so if you have a different mixer or an iPod hookup or something, you can do that, and then you can switch the channel to these different inputs. You can see it says underneath line 2 or line 1. And then here's your microphone input. It's actually pretty convenient. They give you a lot of options for a mic input. There's the 1/4 inch or an XLR for a mic input, which is nice. And then strangely enough, you also have another 1/4 inch microphone input on the front. So you've got a lot of options there. And then here your headphone input, it's another 1/4 inch. You're going to have to buy an adapter if you use regular headphones like I do. Just plug that in, and then you got the 1/8 inch microphone or headphone plug, I'm sorry. And then right here is your crossfader button. You can decide between either a gradual crossfade or a abrupt crossfade. I don't think it matters too much, but it depends on what you want. It's nice they give you the option. Here's the crossfader itself. It's very smooth, it works well. I haven't had any problems with it. As you can see, if it ever wears out, you can unscrew it. And that is one of the few user serviceable features on this system. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the system on for you. I'll show you how the process works turning it on. It does take a little bit to turn on, but it doesn't take an overly long time. Once again, you just hit the power button in the back here. Things start to light up, make some noises. On the screen it says Gemini CDMP 6000. Right now it's reading a CD. What it will do is default to reading the CDs, and then if you want to change to the USB, on this side there's no disc in, so it just says no disc. If you want to change to the USB, then you've got to hit this button right here, USB CD, and then it'll change, and then you can access your folders and such. And you have to do that on both sides. Alright, one of the things that I really like about this system is the ability to of course use the USB and the thumb drive, but also access different folders and songs is really easy. And I'll show you how you do that. Basically, it's all controlled with this knob right here. You just turn it, and then it'll sift through the different folders that I have, and then you click in on it to access the folder that you want. And then I've got subfolders in each one, and then you can click on the folder that you want, and then sift through the songs that way. And then when you want to hear a song, you just hit it again, and then it's all queued up and you're ready to go. Once you get a pretty large library on your thumb drives, though, it's going to be hard to remember where all of your songs are, especially if they're organized into genres like I have. So what I do is just my own system, is I make an Excel document and print off an organized set of songs. I've got the number of the song, as it's going to be displayed in the folder, the title, the artist, and the beats per minute. Yes, I do use BPM. Some people say it's cheating. I think it's just easier, because I just play at parties. I'm not there to really impress anybody with major DJing skills. But anyway, I've got this all lined out, pretty organized, so other people can look through and request songs that are on here. This is just my own system. I don't know if it's the best, but it's worked for me in the past, and that's what I do. Alright, the wheel itself is a tactile wheel, and you can feel notches that it goes in each time it rotates, but it's not the best. I wish that it even had more of a tactile click into each of the notches as you rotate it. It can get a little bit jumbled if you're rotating and you see a song that you want. You have to go kind of slow, otherwise it might skip past it or something. Otherwise, it does work pretty well. I like the system that they have, and it's really intuitive. Of course, if you want to go back through a folder, you just hit the back button right here. And then you can back rotate through your folders again. Once you get used to it, I think it's a really quick and easy way to access your music, and I really like it. Moving on to some of the other buttons. Up here in the top, right next to your USB input, is the eject button, and that is for the CD player. You hit that in the CD player, the CD tray pops out, then it gives you about 10 seconds or so to put a CD in, otherwise it'll close. Alright, there it goes. Going back up here, you can change between your USB or CD using that button. Here's your BPM feature. You can turn it on or off. If you don't want it on, if you want to beat match without seeing the number there, that's fine. Oh yeah, here's another thing. This button is used for two things. You have to hold it down to turn the feature on, and then it'll bring up on the side where it is. But this does not have an automatic BPM analyzer in it. What I've done is gone through all of my MP3s and added the BPM in the ID3 tag. I know some people say it's going to be cheating, but I just don't care. I think it's a really convenient way to do it. Songs that do not have the BPM already in the ID3 tag, you can use that button as a tap feature. Then you just tap to the beat. And then after, I don't know, 20 taps or so, it'll give you an average beats per minute tap out of readout of what the beat is that you're tapping to. That's pretty convenient if you don't have it in right there. And I like that feature a lot, but if you don't want it, or you like the old school way, you can just turn it off. And then you don't have to look at the BPM at all. If there's no beats per minute on the track, then it will just read at 0. Alright, here's your repeat button. When you hit that, it will change how often the song will repeat. Not at all. Repeat all of them, repeat once. You don't use that too often, I don't think. I never really use it. Unless you're just letting the whole CD play through and you're not mixing or something like that. Alright, here's your seamless loop feature. It does work, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Sometimes it seems to skip around and it just doesn't seem to be very reliable. And I don't trust it, honestly, for a live show. Basically, you got the song playing. Then you hit in when you want it to start. Oops, and then you hit out when you want to stop, sorry. That sounds decent right now, and then you can just hit out when you want it to stop. And you just hit re-loop whenever you want, and it'll bring it back to that loop. And then out, of course. And then if you want to start a new loop, just hit in again. Alright, so it works, and you might be thinking to yourself, wow, that looks like it works pretty well. But maybe I'm just stuck at this or something, but I seem to screw it up always during live shows. And especially if I'm trying to loop a part of a song and then mix a different part of a song over it. It might be off by just half a beat per minute, and then once it gets going, my beat will be off, and then I have to adjust the pitch, and it just seems like a hassle. Sometimes it will loop, but it will just catch different parts of the song, and I don't know, it's very temperamental, I believe. So, it is there, but I don't trust it, to be honest. Alright, moving on. Here's your time button. You hit that to change your readout to how much time you have left versus how much time has been played. And now it's 0, and the song is 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Here's your single button. As of now, the tracks will play just continuously. Once the song is done, it'll automatically start playing the next one right away, unless you hit the single button, which comes up right there on the screen. And that means that it'll only play one song and then it'll stop before it plays the next one. And I think that's a great feature. I use it all the time just in case I'm mixing and I forget to turn down the levels of one song, the other one doesn't start playing right away. So I usually have that one on at all times.